If you're a real estate agent or broker and the headlines lately have you feeling like you should have an opinion, a prediction, or a hot take, this video is for you because right now, real estate headlines are loud and good decisions are quiet. Today, I want to walk you through the exact framework I use to analyze real estate headlines so I'm not reacting emotionally, politically, or impulsively, and so I can actually guide clients with confidence. This is not a reaction video, this is a thinking tool. Here's the problem. Media is rewarded for speed, fear, and certainty. Real estate is built on timing, nuance, and local context. Those two things don't mix well. When a headline hits about institutional buyers, interest rates, inventory, or regulation, agents feel pressure to comment before they've even had time to think. And that's how trust gets eroded. The fastest way to lose credibility as an agent is to sound reactive instead of informed. That's why I don't start with opinions. I start with a framework. Anytime a big headline hits, I ask 5 questions. You can write these down. Question 1, is this policy or is this posturing? A lot of headlines describe conversations, proposals, or positioning. Very few describe something that is actually implemented tomorrow. Markets react faster than laws, always. Question 2, what's the implementation timeline? Even when policy is real, rollout matters. Is this effective immediately? Does it require legislation, court challenges, agency rulemaking? Timeline changes everything. Question 3, who does this affect specifically? Not everyone, not everywhere. Is this entry-level housing, investor-heavy markets, build-to-rent communities? If a headline claims universal impact, it's probably exaggerating. Question 4, what is national noise versus local reality? Real estate is local, always has been, always will be. If you can't explain how something shows up in your specific market, you probably shouldn't be commenting on it yet. Question 5, what are the second order effects? This is the one most people miss. Not what happens first, what happens next. If institutional buyers pull back, does that increase inventory? Does it shift investor appetite to different asset types? Do lenders change underwriting? Behavioral changes matter more than headlines. Let's apply this to the recent headlines around institutional investors and single-family homes. First, this is discussion, not instant policy. There are legal, legislative, and economic hurdles here. Second, timeline is unclear. Even if this moves forward, implementation could take months or years with legal challenges along the way. Third, impact is not universal. The focus is on large-scale institutional buyers, not individual investors, not your clients buying a rental property, and not small landlords. It's concentrated in certain price points and certain markets, particularly where build-to-rent and institutional ownership is already high. So what's the signal? The signal is that investor concentration in housing is being questioned more openly, and that conversation may shape future policy and sentiment. What's the noise? Overnight bans, housing crashes, sudden affordability fixes. That's not how housing works. Here's how I'd frame this for a client. If you're a buyer, this doesn't change what's available today or next month. If you're a seller in an investor-heavy area, we'll monitor whether this shifts buyer composition over time. And if you're an investor, we're watching for clarity on scope and timeline before making any portfolio decisions. That's informed, that's strategic, that's not reactive. This is the part that matters most. This is not a chaos market. This is an advisory market. Less panic-driven decision-making, more consultative selling. Agents who can explain nuance, local impact, and strategy will win. Agents who repeat headlines will lose trust. Now, some of you will want to share your perspective on this, and that's fine. Just make sure it's an informed take, not a reactive one. Use the framework first, know the difference between what's changing and what's being discussed, understand your local data, then speak with confidence. For brokers and team leaders, this is a leadership moment. Education matters again, training matters again, positioning matters again. And honestly, that's a good thing for professionals who know their craft. The goal is not to predict the market, the goal is to help clients make good decisions inside it. If you want the written framework I use to analyze headlines like this, just drop a comment or message me and I'm happy to share it. Headlines don't build businesses. Strategy, clarity, and leadership do.